Hi there and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Today we are going to get some deep hip stretches. So probably one of the most common things that I am asked to provide is really good deep stretches for those hips every time I teach class. So we're going to really focus on that today. Take care of yourself. Be mindful. Recognize that you do not have to go to a level 10 on the intensity scale, that it is absolutely perfectly fine to stay within the 4 to 6 to 7 range. We want to feel that really good stretch. We want to feel the challenge, but you do not want to feel any pain beyond the discomfort of a good stretch. All right, so let's start widening our stance. Fairly wide with those toes turned out. We're going to inhale and reach to the sky, sunflowers. As you exhale, grand plie down. Sweep the hands down towards the ground and then reach to the sky. Squeeze your buns to the top, rolling those knees out and away. Just getting a little love into those hips, waking up the body, starting to build a little heat. One of the beautiful things is that those leg muscles, big muscles, so they actually really recruit a lot of blood flow and provide some good warm energy into those legs and into the hips. Let's do one more. Reach to the sky. Let's take it down and hold. Goddess pose. Relaxing those shoulders, palms just gently touching. You can adjust the width of your stance however you need to, in or out. Just make sure that those knees stay behind your toes. Let's alternate lifting a heel and then place it down. Other side, lift a heel and place it down. Alternating side to side at your pace. Keeping your core strong, keeping those knees rolled back. Can you feel that heat already coming in those legs, into those hips? Breathe. One more, coming back to center. We rise. Open those arms out to a T. Sink into those legs. And rise. And sink. Stay low. Bring the palms to touch. Breathe. Spread your fingers wide. Interlace your fingers and press your palms out. Inhale, rise. Reach to the sky. And as you exhale, lean to the left. That feels good. Inhale it up tall. And exhale, lean to the right. And inhale it up nice and tall. Pull those hands to heart center. Take a heel toe out, a little wider. And we're going to take a left knee bend. And rise. And a right knee bend. Bottom goes back and down. Knee remains behind those toes. We rise and sink. And rise. So you'll notice the sole of the foot on that straight leg stays connected to the earth. We're going to start to sink a little deeper as the body feels ready. Only if the body feels ready. So we're firing up those quadriceps, hamstrings and glutes, adductors. Beautiful. One more time. We go to the right. And up we go. Let's go center. Both knees bend. And rise. And sink. And rise. One more time. Sink. And rise. We bend that left knee. This time those right toes are going to come up. You can sink as low as you like. We're going to turn, placing that left knee to the mat. Roll it open and rise all the way up. So take it at your pace. Great option is to sit on a pillow or a block. We turn, placing that right inside of the knee down. We open and we rise. Hello, legs. And we sink. And we turn. Open. And rise. So we're getting hip mobility, strength, range of motion. Only to what feels right to you. If it's a bits and pieces, we've got one more. It's fine. We hold here. Perfect. You take care of you. We are trying to work away from creating injuries, right? We are trying to stay strong, create the healthiest version, the strongest version, the best version. Hold here. Heel toe those feet in. The best version of ourselves possible. Turn and step to the top of the mat. Roll those shoulders up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. And just relax the weight of your upper body down. Notice what's going on in those hips. Good stuff. Rocking forward and back, releasing tension in the back. Finding your breath. We got fairly deep fairly quickly because those legs will warm us up fairly quickly. Center, heel toe those feet out. Toes are slightly turned open, heels remain on your mat, and just relax the weight of your upper body down. Let's take a hold of the ankles and use the strength of the arms to pull the upper body towards the space between your legs. Little tuck of your chin up towards your chest. Breathe. Just a good check-in. Releasing your hands, and we bend those knees. Weight is in our heels. We come down to our frog pose. And then exhale, extend those legs. Head heavy. Inhale, bend. Lower down to knee height. Nice flat back. Exhale and extend. And bend. Nice flat back. Once more, extend. This time, as we bend, we're going to lower that bottom all the way down to our yogi squat. If the yogi squat is not in the cards today, stay in that frog pose and breathe. Let's sway side to side, little movement. Finding that breath. A gentle press of the elbows into the insides of the knees. Coming back to center. Find your breath. Releasing that right hand to the inside of the right foot, left arm extends to the sky. Reach it up just as high as you can reach. We pull it back to heart center. Left hand to the inside of the left foot, right arm extends to the sky. And back to center we go. Release your hands, extend those legs. Let's bring those feet together. Heel toe those feet in to hip width apart. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. As you exhale, make fists with your hands. Bring your hands around behind your back. The knuckles right on either side of your spine, about hip height. Draw those elbows towards one another, opening up that chest, pressing those fists into the small of the back as you lift your chest. Taking the gaze towards your sky. Breathe. This beautiful stretch through the front of the legs. Those hips have been working hard. External rotations. Probably a little bit of heat going on. A little bit of an achiness going on with those deep stretches. Just feel that stretch all the way through those hip flexors and through your belly. Standing camel pose. And we rise. Release your hands. Roll those shoulders. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Open up those knees and press it back to extended child's pose. Tummy and chest, lots of room between those knees. Sinking in, chin, cheek, or forehead to the mat. Let your body relax. Let those hips be soft. And let's slowly walk the hands up. Come over onto one hip. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down towards the center of your mat. And we're going to open out to the side. So nice wide legs, sitting up nice and tall. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, right arm comes down, left arm comes up and over. We're going to sway side to side. Inhale it up, both arms come up, feet stay flexed. Exhale, left hand to the inside, right arm up and over. Just reach far as you can reach. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, back to the right. Inhale, both arms up. And back to the left. Inhale, both arms come up, reach to the sky. Pull the hands through heart center, soften your feet or keep them flexed. Let's slowly walk those hands forward. We're going to come down onto the forearms. You can have a block for the forehead to rest against. You can stay up on the forearms. You can put a blanket or a bolster underneath your tummy for support. You're welcome to walk it out. You're welcome to reach out, taking a hold of the outsides of the ankles or your big toe with your first 2 fingers and your thumb. You are welcome to rest your hands for the forehead to rest against. So find a space that feels right to you. If those feet are soft, just be mindful what they're doing. If those big toes are really rolling down towards the floor, see if you can roll them back. Working all through the hip joint, promoting flexibility and mobility. And then slowly, let's walk those hands back up. Rock it back to the point where you can bring those soles of the feet together, opening those knees, pulling the heels in nice and tight, interlacing your fingers, sliding your hands underneath the outside edge of your feet, roll those shoulders back, press those knees down towards the earth. Breathe. Make sure you're not pulling too hard on those ankles, kind of pressing the outside edges of your feet down towards the mat as those hands and arms are using to pull those feet up. We lengthen and hinge it forward, bending the elbows straight back. We keep that length in the spine. So we're hinging from the hips rather than the waist. How do we know? If you are hollowing through your chest and your tummy, more than likely you are hinging from your waist. If you are able to keep that length in your spine, drawing those shoulders back and away, you're feeling a pretty darn intense stretch in those hips. You are more than likely hinging from the hips, which is what we want. They are both great stretches. In fact, we're going to do the hinging from the waist in a moment, but I really want you to feel that sensation of hinging from the hips. Range of motion isn't quite as big. We feel that length in the spine. We feel the pull with those arms. And slowly we rise, release your hands, let those feet come out and away from you just a little bit, and now just round forward. Feel the roundness of the upper back, middle back, the hollowness of the tummy and chest. The increased range of motion as gravity takes a hold of the weight of the upper body. Noticing the difference in the stretch in comparison from when we were hinging from the hips. Again, both great stretches, but that hinging from the hips helps promote good posture, really strengthens. Here we are just totally releasing, surrendering in, letting gravity do the work. Now let's lengthen through the crown of the head. Feel those shoulders draw back. All of a sudden that deeper stretch, that length in the spine, and slowly hinge it up. Let's bring the hands behind, open up those feet to about the width of your mat. Toes are off, heels are on, and we're just going to lean back onto those hands. If you are not comfortable, you can kind of come up onto the fingertips. You can be on your fists, whatever feels good to you, and we're going to rock the knees just side to side. So a little internal rotation for the one leg, a little external rotation for the other. This should just feel really good. Keeping the core strong, keeping lifted through the chest, just so we're not sinking in, hollowing out. Always, always, always promoting good posture. We want to stand tall for as long as we possibly can. We want to keep that back happy and healthy as long as we can. One more time, each side. And come back to center. Let's take those feet out towards the top of the mat. Knees remain bent. Extend your arms out long and just slowly roll it back. Releasing the arms down by your sides. Open up those feet once again about the width of your mat. A little bit wider than the width of your mat. And we're going to work to keep that pelvis level. So as we bend on the knee and draw it inward, you'll feel that hip try and lift. So I like to have my hands on my hips, and as I draw that right knee in, you might need to heel toe that foot out a little bit. We're going to work to draw the inside of that right knee towards the floor. Feel what that right hip tries to do. So you're going to notice there's a little bit of activity going on in those obliques, working to keep that hip from lifting. That internal rotation, what does that do for your knee? Make sure your knee stays happy, ankles happy, hips happy, but challenged. Feel that activation, oblique, lower back. And then gently release that right side. And then that left knee is drawn in. Again, working to keep that left hip from lifting. Keep that pelvis as level as you can. You don't have to have your hands on your hips, but I just like it because I can feel if my hip has lifted at all. And we're really trying to keep away from that. And gently release that left side. Heel toe those feet back in. Pull the knees in towards your chest. Oh, that feels good. We're going to make little circles with those knees. You'll feel yourself kind of rock side to side as those knees pull out and away and draw back in. Just what feels good. And other side. Switch directions. Those knees pull out and away and then come back in. Just that little fluidity, that movement through the hips, the lower back. Coming back to center. Keep that right knee tucked in. Extend your left leg out and down. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the outside of the right knee and gently pull your leg across your body. And we turn and take our gaze out over that right arm. So this was a challenging session for those hips. Hopefully you felt it. Hopefully they're feeling happy and they're feeling strong, but worked. You might be a little sore the next couple days. We want it to be a good sore, not a bad sore. One of the biggest things is you always want to keep those core muscles engaged, whatever you're doing, to keep everything from just going in and settling into that lower back. Your core is such an important piece of your overall health. Spend some time there. If you have time, since it was a shorter session, grab one of the abdominal, one of the core strengthening videos. I promise it'll be time well spent. Roll it back to center. Extend that right leg to the sky. Point your toes, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And let it come to rest. Left knee comes in, left arm extends out, right hand to the outside of the left knee and gently pull it across. And if some of these things were not in the cards today, keep the faith, my friend. Keep working. It's a journey, right? Always, every day. Take the time you need to get there. Again, we are always working towards optimal health, and it is a journey. We have setbacks from time to time. If you get a cold, whatever it is, allergies, you haven't slept well, haven't been eating as well as you'd hoped, or we know we should. Guys, there's all kinds of stuff. It's life. Keep a sense of humor. Don't judge. Don't be too hard on yourself. We are so hard on ourselves. Give yourself a little break. Encourage. Say something kind. Every day, something kind to yourself. Releasing, rolling back to center, extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Let's draw the soles of the feet together, pulling the heels up towards your bum. Knees open out nice and wide. If you're like, my hips have had enough, you can just stay in corpse pose. Arms can come overhead. Hands can rest on your hips or your tummy. Arms can be down, just out into a relaxed position with the palms to the sky. So just whatever feels good to you. And we're just going to take a second. Taking some slow, deep breaths. Feeling that loving energy, that warmth, that amazing work right in the hips. We allow the mind to be quiet, breath slow and steady. That gift of loving energy, blood flow into those hips, promoting healthy movement, mobility. Getting to know those hips a little bit better. They got personalities of their own. Some days they're a little bit feisty. Some days they're super sweet. What was today about for you? Let's gently close those knees. Heel toe your feet out just once or twice, turning your toes inward and allowing those knees to gently rest. Getting the small of the back to the mat. Let's rest the hands to the hips. And breathe. We give ourselves a moment to check in, to assimilate all the hard work we have put in to our practice today. We give ourselves permission to have an amazing day, to make choices in your life today that fill your heart, your mind, your spirit. Recognizing that it is always okay to say no to things. Take care of you. As we learn to take care of ourselves just a little bit better, we learn to care for others just a little bit better. Let's gently draw the knees in towards the chest, hands to the shins, just a gentle pull. And then take a moment, however you wish, finding a safe way to come up to a seated position once again. We sit up nice and tall, crossing those legs. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. A gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest. A moment of gratitude. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that was fun. I hope it was challenging. I hope it was amazing. And I hope you feel fantastic. Gently lift your gaze, open those eyes, and I send you off on a wonderful day. I hope each and every moment filled with love and light. And namaste.